Welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy VII. Some bad stuff happened in the last episode. Cloud had gone and fought for the Keystone in the battle arena at the Gold Saucer, which is where we are now. But Sith, that little bastard, went and betrayed us. Turns out he is a Shinra employee. He took the Keystone, threw it to the Turks. Now Shinra has the Keystone and will have first access to the Temple of the Ancients. Now, Sith has promised that he will take us to the temple, but we're going to get there after Shinra. We're just going to have to deal with that. Okay, who are we going to take with us to the Temple of the Ancients? Our lowest level character is Yuffie, probably because she was out of the party for quite a while. So I'm going to bring her out for a little while, but I'm probably not going to bring her into the temple itself, because I want to go and do a little more practice on the limit breaks, because, well, we're kind of behind on that. Characters like Tifa, Vincent, well maybe not Vincent, but Tifa, Yuffie, and Barrett still have their only level 1 limit breaks, so I'm kind of way behind on that. Just seems kind of weird that this thing makes its return backwards. I mean, I guess any gondola would, but it's weird because of the props on there. Okay, where we're gonna find the Temple of the Ancients. Where exactly was the Temple of the Ancients? Anyway, I'll find it when I go and do that section, which will only take about a minute for you, but it's going to take me maybe an hour or so to screw around with my limit breaks. So I'm going to head over to the Tiny Bronco. That blue flashing light would be the Tiny Bronco. Okay, here's our Tiny Bronco. And I can take this in almost any area of the map that I want, of course. So I'm going to take this opportunity to shut the camera off, and I'm going to do some grinding on my limit breaks. Not going to make you watch me do that, so see you back here. And for it's me, going to be an hour or so. For you, will be immediately. Lucky you. I'm actually going to show you something here that I didn't think I was going to bother doing. And it breaks up the episode a bit, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to show you how I am leveling up my character's limit breaks. So you go down here to Tifa and you see that she is still using her level 1 limit breaks, and it's a bit of a problem. And the way that the way that limit breaks level up is through a couple of different means. Every level 1, level 2, level 3, and level 4 each have different limit breaks, and the first one, for example, we have Beat Rush here. That one needs to be done for a majority of the characters, something like 7 or 8 times. You need to use Beat Rush 8 times in order to gain Somersault. Now, if you're going to go and upgrade to level 2, you are going to have to do something a little bit different. Instead of using the limit breaks a bunch of times, you need to go and defeat enemies. So in that case, Tifa herself has to be responsible for the death blow of 80 enemies. Now, it doesn't sound like a lot considering how many fights you always seem to get into, but as you can see, I'm up to this point and I've used Tifa a fair amount, but she's still on the level 1 limit breaks. So I head back to this area where the enemies are fairly weak, and I pull out Tifa, and I have her cast magic materia paired with all materia. So she can attack all enemies at once. I have Tifa be the only person that can attack, and before you know it, you're going to get yourself up to 80 kills. Now go take a look at, say, where Cloud is right now. Things are a little bit different here. Cloud has reached the level 3 limit break, Meteor Rain, or however you may want to pronounce that. And things go a little bit different now. I do have to use Cloud's limit break 7 or 8 times or so in order for him to gain the next one, but I no longer need to kill 80 enemies, an additional 80 enemies for Cloud to go up to the next limit break. The final limit break for every character is not learned through battle. It is something that you go and you achieve. It's an item you find and use on the character. So far, I think the only limit break I've actually picked up like that would be Red 13's, but he doesn't have a high enough limit level to use the item yet. See, this one battle just produced an additional 4 kills for Tifa. The reason why I'm in this cave, and remember this is the cave between the Chocobo farm and the other side of the continent where, like, the Mako power plant is with the bird on top. Fort Condor is. Okay, it's between the Chocobo Ranch and Fort Condor. I'm here because there is a certain formation of enemies that will appear where there are 5 of them in a shot, and they are pretty easy to defeat. See, here it is. This is the formation. I'll have Tifa kill all of them in one shot, and that's 5 enemies. This does seem to take a while, but I've found that I'm able to upgrade a character's limit break without running out, without completely draining that character's pool of mana. I've done it with Aerith here, I've done it with Barret, I've done it with Cloud up to this point, and it's working. Of course, it hasn't quite worked yet, but I'm not going to make you watch me do this whole process. Okay, it just worked out for me. On the last few MP points Tifa had, I was able to go and level up to Water Kick. Now, in order to use the new limit breaks, you need to set your limit level, which will also reduce your limit gauge down to nothing. So don't just set your limit labels just for the hell of it. We also have a new one for Aerith, but I've had that one for a little while. I just haven't shown it to you yet. And you've seen all of Cloud's limit breaks so far. Well, I've upgraded all the limits of all the characters that I'm going to bring up until now, so I'll catch you back. I'll head to the Temple of the Ancients. Okay, we're ready to go to the Temple of the Ancients. Now I'm going to start this trek from an area you probably would have left from, which is right next to Gold Saucer, and it's just right in this direction. It is the shallow water that you would use to transport yourself on the tiny Bronco between the first continent and the second continent, as opposed to relying on the ship at Junon to take you that entire way. Now that's the Temple of the Ancients right there, that sort of Mayan temple-looking thing. Important to note that the enemies that you can encounter out here are fairly strong, and they'd be pretty good for leveling up if you want to grind on levels for a little while. It's the Temple of the Ancients. Is she planking? She is freaking out. Who is that up top? Now, I brought Katsith along for this. It's not really too important who you bring out. of those Sephiroth obsessed freaks with black capes. Okay, we got the keystone back. Something happened with Sung here. Was he maybe had a run-in with Sephiroth? Is he gonna live? Oh, I guess so. Thanks for clarifying that for me, buddy. Oh, that looks complex. Oh, damn. That looks confusing. You're starting to get bored? Who the hell's that guy? Okay, we're gonna have to go make our way around here. It's, oh, there's a lot of overlapping crap here in there. But it's not terribly important. It's not necessary for you to explore every corner of it. But I'm gonna do my best to get all of the important things, because there are some really nice items in this area that we're gonna want to pick up. For example, the trident. That is a weapon for... that's a weapon for Sid. And we have a battle. Now, I brought Katsif along, not because it's really necessary to have any particular character. You have an option to bring who you want to bring. But I feel like it'd be something, after what he did, Cloud wouldn't want him out of his sight. We've been frogged. We can't use magic. When you're frogged, you can't use magic, and your attack power is significantly reduced. So we're going to be relying on Katsif to kill this thing. Once the battle's over, Frog will take it off. I also have some items that can remove the status effect. It's similar to the mini status effect, where it shrinks a person, reducing their attack power. Their magic attack power would stay the same. But here we are at the Temple of the Ancients, really the last vestige of the ancient Shinra civilization back before they were destroyed by some unknown, whatever did it. Tell me I can't go this way? It's a staircase. What the hell's your problem? Are they trying to mess with me here? That is something nasty. There's also a back attack. And Eris has been frogged, and there we go with that shit again. Okay, that'll put him to sleep, and also turn him into a frog. These guys are really irritating. Oh, that restored him. Oh. Okay, yeah. Now the Temple of the Ancients is really the last place that the Ancients... I don't know what kind of temple this is. If this looks a little bit more like an old city or something rather than a straight-up temple. Can't go that way. What exactly was it that killed off all of the Ancients? There don't seem to be any more of them left. I mean, there's Eris, and there was Eris' mom who died before the start of the game. But I mean, Sephiroth maybe. There's some doubt on whether he's actually an ancient, if he's the son of Genova or not. Vincent seemed to have some strange thoughts on that subject. Okay, this guy here is a... oh, awesome. This guy is sort of a ghost of the Ancients. He's not a living Ancient in the way that our Eris is, but he's some guy that, instead of returning to the planet like normal Ancients would, he sort of stayed behind in order to protect the temple. And now he's afraid, maybe because Sephiroth's here, maybe because Shinra's here, maybe because Cloud's here. I mean, who the hell knows? That silver rifle we picked up, that is a weapon for Vincent. Due to some weird glitch in the game where it froze, maybe the emulator caused it to freeze or something, I have to go and replay a fairly significant portion of the Temple of the Ancients again. So... oh boy. This is where you gotta go to climb down this little wall here. Pick up a Turbo Ether there. Sweet little item. What do we have here? Rocket Punch. And that's a weapon for Barret. But I think it's actually inferior to the weapon we have now. It's also a short-range weapon, so it's not something I'm going to want to have him equipped with all the time. Stupid back attack. This ought to do it. Actually, that probably would have done it just right off the bat. Yep, another one of them guys. Get him, get him, get him! Tell me there's nothing in there? What's this about then? Come on, screwing with me. Okay, what we have here is a little puzzle. What you gotta do is, I mean, if you just run out here, you're gonna get... Oh, damn! Oh, that's gotta suck. So what you gotta do is jump into the little hole, like this, and not get crushed. Like that, damn it. There's something up here. Sweet, what we got? We got morph materia. Now, I'm not going to equip this on anybody, but what the morph materia does is it allows you to do a physical attack that, in the event that it works properly, will turn an enemy into an item. And that sounds pretty cool, but it's not something that I'm going to be doing a whole lot. There's a couple of very specific enemies that, yeah, sure, I'd like to morph. But, you know, it's not really the best thing out there. I'm thinking I should go and give Eris the ability to attack one enemy. Jeez, where is this bastard? Okay, what we're going to do here is this is another little puzzle which allows you to go and pull up a bunch of items or whatever. Speed up time. The clock will move itself, and you could use that to go anywhere you want. But you got to know where you're going. Oh, how do I describe this? Give me a sec while I think about it. Okay, what you gotta do is move time forward or backward so you can, I can't actually proceed the way it is. You gotta move time forward or backward so you can gain access to the different doors. So let's go and move time back so Cloud can go to a different time. See, there's a couple of these ones I want to go to. First one is 4 o'clock. So let's go to 4 o'clock. You also don't want to hang around there. I think when the second hand comes, it'll knock you off. A treasure chest. Princess Guard, what the hell's that? Now, despite what the word guard seems to imply, it's actually a weapon for Eris here. Now, this is a special kind of weapon that you're not going to see too often in this game until the end, where what it is it actually increases in power as a certain event occurs in the game. So, for example, the Princess Guard will increase Eris' physical attack power as other characters are getting knocked off. Say, if you have 3 characters in the battle, in the battle party, and if 2 of them get knocked off, then her attack power gets increased by like 200%. If one of them is unconscious at the time, it means that she gets an increase of like 100%. It's a pretty cool thing. I mean, even though I wouldn't really use Eris' physical attack anyway, I mean, it becomes an option. Okay, that's not what I wanted to do. I'm gonna move myself. You can go. Yeah. Okay, I'm also gonna want to go to 7 o'clock. So I'm gonna have to. This is gonna take a little while. The character of Eris I've noticed has gone through a little bit of a transition. She's always been kind of an extrovert, going and always wearing her emotions on her sleeve, but she's becoming extremely emotional and kind of a little bit seemingly unstable. I mean, she's hearing the voice of the ancients, so she's not gone insane or anything like that, but she's not exactly forthcoming about all the information that she's coming into contact with. Mega Elixir. Nice. I think there's one more I want to go to. I wanted to go to 7, instead I accidentally went to 8. So let's one more hour back. Trumpet shell. That is a weapon for Catsith. Now, it increases as a physical attack power. Unfortunately, no materia slots. So, although I would love to be able to deal that much damage with Catsith, I just can't justify getting rid of all of his materia. The only reason why I'd do that is if, for some reason, I were to equip this, which would increase his materia slots greatly. But it's still, I don't think it's worth it. Catsith is in the back row anyway, I'm not really counting on his physical attacks. Let me see, is there another one? I'm going to jump into room number 5. There we go. Get out of the way, second hand. What do we have? A ribbon. What good is a ribbon? Jeez. Well, a ribbon makes you protect against all abnormal stases, meaning anything from poison to fury to anything like that. It cannot affect the character. Now, I have to give up vitality plus 10 in order to get this, but I think it's definitely worth it. Now, it's a good thing to have a ribbon this early in the game, because much later you'll find that the ribbon is the greatest thing that you can get. I mean, it's towards the end of the game, every character is going to have a ribbon, because towards the end of the game, I'm going to be able to buy ribbons. It's actually kind of cool that they give you the ability to get one of them now. Okay, now, room number 6. We're pretty close. There we go. Now this, I think I've gotten all the good stuff. So this'll take us to where Sung is. Shit, what's going on here? Gotta catch that little bastard. Yeah, I'm sure this will be hilarious. Okay, we gotta memorize doors that guy comes out. So, we go in this one, we get to see where he goes. He goes out that one, and he will go in that one. We go out that one. So if we were to go in this one, where do we come out? We go out the same place he did. So let's mix up a little bit. Oh shit. Okay, where's he gonna come out at? Work glove, that's a Tifa weapon. Okay, now if he goes in there, he comes out there. Hopefully I'll run into him by accident. Okay, he's up there. Okay, fortunately I know now he's repeated himself. He'll go in that door, so that means he will come out this door, so let's get him. Haha! Ah shit, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to see if I could talk to him. I'm just randomly running in all these doors until I come out of this one. Okay, there we go. Who got all the torches? Well, I guess the Turks did. Sure was a good idea to take this guy on. Come back here. Okay. Yeah, he's flipped. Oh, Cloud's flipped. This is not the first time that he's lost his mind. Beginning to think he's a little bit unstable. Boss time. Now we've finally learned what Sephiroth is up to. He plans to use the ultimate destructive magic to go and summon something called Meteor. Now that's not going to be good. Nobody likes having a freaking meteor come down and bash him in the head. That's going to suck. But what he really plans to do is not to destroy the planet outright, But to go and, well, to go and have Meteor damage the planet to the point where it has to summon a whole lot of life stream energy forward in order to heal the damage. Well, what'll happen at that is he'll position himself in the area where the damage is occurring and absorb all the life stream energy that comes forward. And he'll take all that information, all that Mako, all that, and just suck up all its power and become a god. Obviously, we cannot allow that to happen. This is not a terribly difficult boss battle. Just battle like you'd battle anything else. And it'll go down easy enough. I wonder if this thing's susceptible to poison. That would be a yes. Oh wow, Cloud took one for the team there. And Cad Sith healed him. And he's dead. Sweet. Okay.